Hello everybody, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some more customs currently for sale in my eBay shop, but more importantly, it is June 1st, which means it is now Pride Month, yay! Basically, if you don't know what Pride Month is, it is the entire month of June meant to celebrate people from the LGBTQIA+ community, and a couple years ago now, I decided that I wanted to make a line of Pride-themed customs, and so that is when I decided to create my Pride Pandas characters. Basically, these guys are made from Panda LPS, and they all represent different pride flags. They all have the colors in their panda designs, and then the pride flags are on their ears, and I really love this idea. Basically, if you're curious, the whole reason why I decided to use pandas was because at the time I wanted to make all of these customs from the same base figure, and I just had a ton of pandas laying around, so that is how that happened. But I also really like the way that it sounds, you know, Pride Pandas with the two P's. It sounds nice together. So I decided to continue the tradition this year since I really wasn't able to last year, and I guess I should tell you why. The reason I was not able to last year was because I had surgery, so I am now officially, as of June 1st, 1 month post-op for the surgery that I had. If you know, you know, so that is very cool. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right on into the customs. You can actually see them in the background behind me, but don't look yet. Really quickly, I still have to show you all of the previous customs that are still up for sale in my eBay shop. As you can see, there are still quite a few customs still available. There are 8 customs here, so if any of these guys interest you and you want to learn more about them, go watch the previous video. And now it is time to start off with our first Pride Panda. Usually when I show you guys customs in these videos, I go from the oldest completion to newest completion, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be showing you them in order of the LGBT acronym. So we are starting off with the L, which is Lesbian. Here is the Lesbian Pride Panda. If you are unfamiliar with the flag, you can see it here on the ears. This is my second time making the Lesbian Pride flag on a Pride Panda, so I will also put off to the side of the screen the old version. That was one of the ones that I made the first year I decided to do these guys, and I was intending on making the exact same design, but then after I painted this one, I realized that the base coat orange was insanely darker than the original one, so I basically just swapped the colors where it's a dark orangey color with lighter orange markings. But other than that, I think she is pretty much exactly the same. There are some improved colors. I think that the dark pink and the light pink look much better on this one, and I like this one's eyes a lot better as well. And here is my signature on the bottom. All of these customs also have very glossy eyes, which I really like. And another little thing about the Pride Pandas is that they all have these little hearts on their chests. For this one, it is a white heart, but some of them have different colors. As for the ears, with the pride flags, stripes are not my strong suit whatsoever, so they're a little bit lumpy, they're a little bit crooked, but hey, I think they get the job done. I'm still working on stripes. They're difficult. Next up, we have this guy, which I am just using to represent gay. I know that there is an MLM pride flag for gay men, which is essentially similar to the lesbian pride flag, but with blues and greens, but I did not end up making a custom with those colors, unfortunately, because I only had enough to do 9 customs. So to compensate, I decided to do the standard rainbow pride flag. Basically, when I originally did this line of customs, I did one based off of the more colors, more pride flag, or the progressive pride flag. I guess the progressive flag is also the one with like the trans triangle, so technically not that one, but that is what it looked like over there. So it was sort of a similar idea, but I added browns and blacks for the base colors to represent those 2 stripes that are on that flag. So the reason why I decided to go with this one was because a couple years ago, the year after I did the original ones, I ran out of panda bases when I was making more, and so I decided to make some out of polar bear bases, and I made 2 with this design, so I decided to translate that onto an actual panda base. So here is what they look like. I really love this one's overall design, and I really love the colors. I just think that it looks so like vibrant, and I think that the design works really well together, although the ears on this one are probably the most wonky, but hey, they're still cute. Here's what the bottom looks like, and this one has a little purple heart. Next up, we have the B for bi. This is another one that I have already made before. Here is a side-by-side. I made this one from the polar bear base as well, so you can see both of them. This one I changed up again as well, so I went with a blue base instead of a purple one for this guy, and then just swapped out the blue and the purples. The color is improved, and I like this one's eyes a lot better as well. But yeah, this one, it was definitely one of the easier ones because the flags in the ears only have 3 stripes, so a lot less work for me to do. do, and I think that these ones look a lot better than some of the other ones. Next up, I am showing the Pansexual pride flag. The reason why I decided to do this after the bisexual one was because they're not the same, but they are similar, and there's no P in the LGBT acronym, so I just thought that they sort of go together as a pair. But anyways, I really like this one. I think this is probably my favorite one because, again, I like the way that the ears turned out. Again, simple with only 3 stripes. These ones are honestly the cleanest. Like, look at that. And I just really love these colors. I love how bright they are, and I think it looks really nice. I have also made this one already. Here is what the original one looks like. I think that I made the design basically exactly the same, just improved, but I honestly can't remember if there's any differences or not. But I like this one's eyes a lot. They just look very sweet. Next up, we have 2 customs that I will be showing you together. These are both the T for transgender. I'm going to start off with this guy. I have also made both of these customs before, so here's a side-by-side between this one and the original one. So this is my trans man Pride Panda. So the reason why I made both was because I decided to make one for trans men and then the other one's for trans women. So this one, since it's a dude, I made the primary color blue to reflect that. And with this one, I also made this guy out of a polar bear base as well, so you can see that little side-by-side. But anyways, here is this guy. He is, again, basically the same, and he has a little white heart and some little pink paws. This one's eyes, though, I definitely like a lot better because they're just painted better, and instead of doing red, I actually did dark pink. And now, he fell over. Let's take a look at the trans woman. I also really love this one, and of course, I have already made her. Here is what the original one looked like as well. Very similar. I honestly think that this one was my favorite one from the original line. I just think that these colors look really nice on this base figure, and I really love this one's eyes as well. Again, she just looks very sweet and innocent and cute, and I like the way that both of them look together. And you know, either way, if you're transgender, it doesn't matter, you know, what your gender identity is, both of these could look cool in your collection. Continuing with the trans theme, we now have the non-binary panda. This is another one that, again, I have made before. I don't know what the heck that is, but I will fix that before I actually sell it. Anyways, here is the original one. This one I also decided to change up. These colors are improved, like it's a different purple, and I think it looks better with the yellow. But anyways, I do really like this one as well. I think that the white toe beans really pop, and this one's ears look pretty decent, and I also like the eyes and the little white heart on the chest. And now we are getting into the A of the LGBT acronym all the way at the end in the little plus category. This is the Asexual Pride Panda. This is another one that I made previously. Here is what it looks like. I think this one is, again, designed exactly the same, but just with some improvements because I am a better customizer than I was back then. But yeah, I think this one's cool. It's kind of like a reverse panda in a way because it's black with white markings instead of white with black markings. It's very cute, and here's the signature on the bottom, which is painted in white so you can actually see it. And this one has a little gray heart and some gray paws. Very, very adorable. And now for the final Pride Panda, we have another one that sort of fits with the previous one. So if you're curious, here is what both of them look like together. And if you are unfamiliar with this flag, this is a new one that I've never done as a Pride Panda before. This is the Aromantic flag. So similar to asexuality, but asexuality is basically like you don't have sexual attraction to people, and then aromantic is you don't have romantic attraction to people. And obviously there's a spectrum of where different people fall on that, but that is just a basic little explanation of it. But I think that this one turned out really cute. I like this green color. I think it's a nice introduction to the line of all these guys, so I can make a proper rainbow now that I have a green one. But yeah, I really like this one's eyes as well. I don't know what was up, but like this green paint that I used was being so weird. Like it got a little messed up on this ear. There's also a couple little spots that I need to fix up as well. These guys were a bit rushed because I wanted to get them out today for you, but once they're up on eBay and once they actually sell, all of these imperfections will be gone. But yeah, here he is, or here they are. I guess the gender is ambiguous, and then they have a little white heart on them as well. Very, very cute. And there you have it, guys. These are all of the Pride Pandas currently up for sale in my eBay shop for this Pride month. Again, there are 9 of these guys. We got the lesbian one, we got the bi one, we got the gay one, we got the pan one, we got the 2 trans ones, we got the non-binary one, we got the Aro one, and the Ace one. So if any of these guys interest you, definitely go and check them out. They will all be listed at the same price, so it'll be a starting bid and then a buy it now price, which will be kind of cheap compared to my other customs. So yeah, because they're all just simple repaints and they're not like the cleanest customs in the world. But if you guys wanted to check these out, I'd really, really appreciate it. And one last thing is that this is going to be the last customs for sale video I am going to be having until August. So if you want to buy a custom for me that isn't a pre-made one listed on my eBay, you can always message me on Etsy and can request a commission and buy a commission from me. And the reason why this is going to be the last video is because obviously I wanted to sell all of these Pride customs for this month, but also I want to start making some customs and saving them to sell at LPS Con at the end of July. More on that later in a different video. And I guess one last thing, since we're on the topic of commissions, I just want to thank you guys all so much for all of the orders that I got in May. That was the most orders that I've ever gotten on my Etsy shop, and it was actually insane. So thank you guys so much. But anyways, that is all that I wanted to say in this video. Happy Pride Month, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!